Assalamu alaikum, my class. Open your science book. Chapter 1, the human organ systems, page number 7. Class, if you recall your lecture number 1, you have studied that human central nervous system is made up of two organs. Those two organs are brain and spinal cord. You have studied about the structure and function of brain, and today you will study about the second organ of central nervous system, that is the spinal cord. So spinal cord is the organ of central nervous system. It is a long tube-like soft structure, soft organ that is present inside your vertebral column. Here is the diagram. This yellow part showing the spinal cords, and it is present inside of your vertebral column. Class, here is a internal section of spinal cord, that how does your spinal cord looks like from inside. Here is the internal cross section of a spinal cord region. So inside, from middle of the spinal cord, it looks like butterfly shape. This butterfly shape is made up of the gray matter, and outside region of this butterfly shape is made up of white matter. So this is the internal cross section of your spinal cord. From the middle, the butterfly shape, which is made up of gray matter, and outside of all this butterfly shape, the region which is made up of white matter. So this is the appearance, that how does your spinal cord look like. So if you study about the size, the length and width of your spinal cord, the spinal cord is about 18 inches long. It's about 45 centimeter, and inches it's about 18 inches. So it is 18 inches long, and its width is about as the width of your thumb. It is as 18 inches long and as wide as your thumb. So how does spinal cord? The spinal cord is protected by 3 layers of meninges, also by cerebrospinal fluid. Beside this, spinal cord is protected by vertebral column. It is protected by meninges, by 3 layers of meninges, by cerebrospinal fluid, and it is protected by vertebral column. These are the three main parts, three main structures that protect your spinal cord. So if you look at the exact location of spinal cord in your body, from where does it is getting start? It's getting start from where exact your hind brain ends. Where your hind brain, your brain stem or your medulla oblongata ends, from exact that position your spinal cord started, and it ends at this region of vertebral column. So class, if you look at the vertebral column, so class, here is all the structure that is known as vertebral column. Your vertebral column is made up of many small bones. Those small bones are known as vertebrae. Singular vertebra and plural is vertebrae. So human vertebral column is made up of many small bones known as vertebrae. Where's the spinal cord? Spinal cord is starting from this region, from where your hind brain ends, at it last at this region. So class, what is this region? This is actually the region. Spinal cord starts from this region and ends at this region. So class, this is the region of vertebral column that is known as the lumbar region or lumbar vertebrae. Class, what is the lumbar region of vertebral column? So it is actually that region of vertebral column that is present between your ribs and your pelvic region or the hip region. Lumbar vertebrae are those vertebrae that are present between your rib cage and your pelvis. So spinal cords start from the end of your brain and it lasts at the lumbar region. Lumbar region, the region that is present your rib cage and the pelvis region. This is the location of your vertebral column inside your This is the location of your spinal cord inside your vertebral column. So coming back to the function of spinal cord, that what does spinal cord do? What spinal cord has to do, it receives all the information from brain through nerves. Through nerves, it receives all the information from brain and then send those information to your body here. It receives all the information coming from your brain through nerves and then send those information to your body and vice versa. Vice versa means that from brain to body and opposite, from body to brain. And next, it also receives all the information from your body organs, from your different body internal external organs. through your nerves and then sends those information in the form of nets to your brain. So this is the function of your spinal cord. Receives information from brain and send it to the respective part of your body, receives information from your body and send it to the respective part of your brain for processing it. So spinal cord actually behave like the pathway or a bridge. Your second topic is the peripheral nervous system. So class, look at this diagram. This blue part is showing your peripheral nervous system. So class, what was peripheral nervous system? If you again recall your first lecture, your human nervous system is made up of two main systems, the central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system, you have studied about central nervous system, and now you will study about the peripheral nervous system, the second part of your nervous system, which is peripheral nervous system. Why it's known as peripheral nervous system? The word peripheral or periphery means sides because of its location. Peripheral nervous system is present at the side position of your body. This blue part is showing all the peripheral nervous system. So peripheral nervous system is made up of many nerves. It is made up of nerves. Those nerves are known as peripheral nerves. What does peripheral nerves do? Peripheral nerves connect the central nervous system to the all parts of your body. So class, you don't have to confuse the function of your peripheral nervous system and your spinal cord. What spinal cord do? It connects your brain to your whole body, and peripheral nervous system connects your central nervous system to your whole body. So again, the peripheral nervous system is divided into next two main parts or the two sections. Those two parts of peripheral nervous system are autonomic nervous system, and second one is the somatic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system and the somatic nervous system, these are the two parts or two sections of your peripheral nervous system, and peripheral nervous system is the part of your nervous system. Autonomic nervous system is the first part of your peripheral nervous system. Autonomic means here automatic. Automatic means that it will be involuntary in nature. So autonomic nervous system consists of sensory neurons and motor neurons. So class, we have studied about the neurons that are the building blocks and the cells of your nervous system. What are sensory neurons and motor neurons? What does autonomic nervous system? It's made up of sensory and motor neurons. Sensory and motor neurons connects the brain to various internal organs. Class, sensory neurons gathered all the information from your sense organs and then sent those information to your central nervous system. Central nervous system understand those information and process those information. After processing information, those processed information is then sent to different part of the body by means of your motor neurons. Sense information is gathered by sensory neurons, and after gathering that information, this information goes to your central nervous system. The central nervous system understand that information and process it, and after processing that information, this information is sent to your various internal organs, to your various internal body parts with the help of your motor neurons. Those internal organs are heart, lungs, glands and other. Beside this, what does autonomic nervous system do? It controls all the involuntary process. As the name indicated, autonomic means automatic. It is involuntary in nature. So it will do all those processes that are not your own control. For example, it regulates, it maintains your heartbeat, it maintains the production of hormones, and also it regulates the function and activity of your glands. Class, what are hormones and glands? Glands are the special type of cells in your body, and glands produce special type of chemicals. Those chemicals are known as hormones. Glands are specialized type of cells that are present inside your body. And what glands has to do? Glands produce special type of chemicals or liquid. Those chemicals or fluid are known as hormones. Class, the common example of gland is pancreas. You have studied pancreas in your previous classes. The pancreas is an organ that is found inside your digestive system. Pancreas is a gland, and what hormone it produces? It produces insulin. You know the function of insulin. It has to regulate the concentration of sugar level in your body. So this is the first part of autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system is the first part of your peripheral nervous system. Moving to the second part of your peripheral nervous system, that is the somatic nervous system. Somatic nervous system is made up of the cranial nerves and the spinal nerves. Cranial nerves and spinal nerves. The cranial nerves are related to your brain, and the spinal nerves are related to your spinal cord. What does cranial nerves do? The cranial nerves link your brain to your skull base, It has to connect, it has to join your brain to your skull. And what does spinal nerves do? Spinal nerves are actually the carrier nerves. It carries all the information. The spinal the spinal nerves are the carrier nerves that carry the messages and the information from your motor neurons, from your sensory organs, and from your autonomic nervous system. It is the carrier nerves that carry the messages from your motor neurons, from your sensory neurons, and autonomic nervous systems carries that information or that messages and then send them between your spinal cord and your body. So it is actually the carrier nerves. Beside this, what is the function of somatic nervous system? The somatic nervous system is actually voluntary in nature, that is under your own control. So somatic nervous system maintains our skeletal muscles and thus control the voluntary processes. Skeletal muscles, what are skeletal muscles? Skeletal muscles are those muscles that are involved with your body locomotion. Skeletal muscles are those muscles that help their function is to regulate your body movement, your body locomotion. You move your hands, you move your legs, you walk. This is the function of skeletal muscles, and this is the voluntary nature. And voluntary muscles, voluntary actions are under control of your somatic nervous system. So class, peripheral nervous system and spinal cord, these were your today's topic, and I hope you got it.